Good evening here today. In this kickoff for today, we have Real Mallorca taking on Osasuna. We're just about 15 minutes away from kickoff, and we still have plenty to talk about here at the Estadio El Sadar, where I think we're going to have a very interesting matchup. First of all, my name is Daniel Armstrong, and thank you so much for tuning in to today's YouTube Play Red Live channel. If you are new to the Real Mallorca channel, make sure you subscribe, you leave a like, and to turn on post notifications to never miss any Real Mallorca matchup. Now, let's just get right into it, where today Osasuna are facing up against a poorly shaped Real Mallorca side at the Estadio El Sadar. I'd be lying if I said I think it's going to be a close match today. We are looking at a really strong Osasuna side that are in brilliant form up against a not so good-sided Real Mallorca team at the minute. It really has been a bumpy season for Real Mallorca. There's been plenty of mistakes that need to be fixed, but luckily for them, there's been some new changes here at the club, and we're going to talk about that just at the minute. You know, the elephant in the room, the new man for Real Mallorca. We're going to talk about him in a minute, but first, I just want to go over, in case you missed it, last week out for Real Mallorca, where they did face Real Sociedad. The score was Real Mallorca 0 and Real Sociedad 1. So, a loss last time out for Real Mallorca at the Son Moix Stadium at home, where basically Real Mallorca were narrowly beaten at home in their most recent LaLiga outing at Son Moix. Carlos Soler scored the only goal in the first half, and despite pushing for an equalizer, Real Mallorca couldn't break down a solid Real Sociedad defense and left the match without points. So, a bit of a disappointing matchup. You know, even if you look at the stats, it was only 6 shots and 1 on target for Real Mallorca, and it's something that they have been struggling with recently, is scoring goals, is getting shots on target. You know, the most recent Real Mallorca matches, we've been seeing 1 shot on target, 2 max, and some 0. It just really has been a drop in form in the last few weeks, you know, which is a shame, because I think offensively Real Mallorca have gotten so stronger this season. Offensively, this is one of the best seasons they've had, but for some reason these last few weeks Real Mallorca have just completely lost it, and they're really struggling to score goals now. And not only are they struggling to score goals, but they're also, you know, the side to concede the most goals in the whole of the LaLiga division. So it just really has been a nightmare this season for Real Mallorca, and it's such a shame. You know, if you look at last season at how well it went, and then you look at this one, there's not exactly been many changes in the squad, in the lineup, but for some reason it just feels like a completely different team. Anyways, if you do look at the screen, you can take a look at the highlights for Real Mallorca's last time out. As you can see, where they did face Real Sociedad, as we just talked about, at the Son Moix Stadium. So if you want to take a look at the highlights, you can take a look at the screen here. Again, offensively, it just wasn't good enough. You know, there were not many chances. The only shot on target was a shot from Gianbirigili from outside the box, who attempts it from long range. And to be fair to Gianbirigili, he was one of the only ones to really push out there offensively. There's the goal from Carlos Soler for Real Sociedad. A bit of an unfortunate one, but just poor defensive awareness, as we've seen constantly throughout this season. So yeah, again, a poor result last time out for Real Mallorca, and you know, one that just needs to be looked past against a not so strong Real Sociedad side. So there has been changes, as we know, for Real Mallorca this season. Obviously, just about 2 weeks ago, Jacob Arrasate was sacked as the Real Mallorca manager after spending 2 seasons at the club. You know, he really did accomplish big things at Real Mallorca. You really have to give it for him. The things that he did at this club were absolutely spectacular. You know, almost getting into European football last season, ending off with 50 points. It was absolutely brilliant. But the point is, they decide to part ways with him, and now there's a new man who's stepped in to take his place, and that man goes by the name of Martin De Michelis, the former Bayern de Munich manager, the Argentinian, who, I'll be honest, I had never heard of him before he arrived at Real Mallorca, but, looking at his history, he's coached teams like Bayern de Munich, he's managed teams like River Plate in Argentina, and then just before that, he was at Monterrey. So, definitely has a past with coaching some decent teams. Bayern de Munich, one of the biggest teams in European football, one of the biggest teams in the world, so you can't say that this man doesn't have experience. Again, we've not seen anything from him. He wasn't managing up against the Real Sociedad match last week out because he had just arrived, and at that time there was an assistant manager in charge until he made his arrival. So this is actually his first game for the new manager, for Martin, and I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. We're going to see what formation he comes with. We're going to check that out now. We're going to see what tactics he has, and we're going to see if we are looking at a new Real Mallorca side or if it's going to be the same old story. And I mean, he only got here about less than a week ago, so I'm not sure how much he could get done in that time frame, but again, we will see. I am excited to see from him. Again, you have to give your prayers to Jacob Arrasate for what he did. Fair play to him. He's a brilliant manager, but it's a new time, it's a new era for Real Mallorca. So let's see what he brings to the table. The 45 Argentinian manager Martin De Michelis, his Real Mallorca side up against a strong and very, very informed Osasuna side at the minute. Now, if we look at recent form from both of these sides, Real Mallorca have won 1 out of their last 5 matches, and Osasuna have won 2 out of their last 5. Now, looking at that, you might think Real Mallorca and Osasuna are 2 teams in similar forms, but it's definitely not the case, as Osasuna have actually only lost 1 out of their last 5. Despite only winning 2 out of their last 5, they have had draws in the middle there, and they have proven to be a really strong side, especially when it comes to playing at their own stadium, at home, at the El Sadar Estadio. They are a brilliant side, and they have been in really good form. They've got a man up front, just like Real Mallorca, who's also in brilliant form. We're going to talk about him in a minute, but let's take a look at the last time out for Osasuna, and that was actually up against Valencia, where they actually did lose away from home 1-0 to Valencia. Osasuna were narrowly beaten at the Mestalla in their most recent LaLiga outing. Largi Ramazani scored the only goal from the penalty spot in the 64th minute after a foul by the Osasuna goalkeeper. Osasuna struggled to create clear chances and failed to register a shot on target in the whole match, allowing Valencia to hold on for all their 3 points. Now, a poor result last week out for Osasuna, losing against, a not so strong Valencia side. It is true that at the Mestalla Stadium, they are a lot stronger, but, not getting a shot on target in the whole match, it's something we have seen Real Mallorca do recently, and when you see it, when you watch the match and you don't see your team get shot on target, you really do say, wow, that was a terrible performance. So a really bad one last time out for Osasuna, but do not let that fool you, because the last time that Osasuna played here at home in the El Sadar Stadium, they actually beat Real Madrid 2-1 in their last home match. So again, as I said, when this team play at home, they really are a lot stronger. It makes a big difference in their results. I feel like Real Mallorca haven't had that edge this year. Last season, Real Mallorca at home were so dangerous, but this season, it's just not been the case. Whether it's home or away, they've just not been there. But this Osasuna side at home, beating Real Madrid, it is true that Real Madrid have been going through a bit of a patch at the minute. They have been giving away some very important points, but again, they are Real Madrid. Don't take that away from them. And Osasuna did manage to beat them here at home last week out. So facing a strong Osasuna side, Real Mallorca, the away side, are currently sitting at 18th place with 24 points on the table, meaning they've drawn 6 matches, they've won 6, and they've lost 12. Currently sitting in that relegation zone. I think it's a place that most people didn't expect Real Mallorca to be in this season. Last season ending just around 10th place with 50 points on the table, and this season they're only on 24 points at 18th place. I definitely think it's a place most people didn't expect Real Mallorca to be, despite if you look at how well it went last season. So it's a bit of a shock to everyone. Despite Jacob Arrasate, despite what he did last season at Real Mallorca, there's major questions to what happened this season. Is it him? Is it the players? I couldn't really answer that for you because I've been watching along this season and last season, but I couldn't really tell you where the problem is. I'm just not sure. The biggest problem for Real Mallorca's season is that defense, obviously, which is strange because it's the exact same defense as last season, not a single change in there. But for some reason this season they're just conceding goals after goals after goals, and you've got to question, what is it? Was it the manager? Was it his tactics? Was he not getting along with the players? I'm not sure, but he's gone now, so we've got a new face in, and there's still about a quarter left of the season. There's still time to bring it back. It's close at the bottom, but if Real Mallorca were to get relegated, it would just be such a bad thing to happen. I can't even describe it. You were looking at just a season or two ago, a Copa del Rey final, almost entering in European football, and now in relegation. And for a small team to come up like that and then just drop back down that easily, such a shame for Real Mallorca. And if we look at Osasuna, they're currently sitting at 10th place with 33 points on the table, meaning they have won 9 matches, they've drawn 6, and they've lost 11. So despite Osasuna being at 10th place, they've only lost 1 less than Real Mallorca. Of course, the difference is they've won 3 more, and they've drawn 6 matches, so that doesn't quite add up. Anyways, if we take a look at the last time that these two sides did face each other, it was a draw last time out, where they played here at the San Mamés Stadium in their last LaLiga meeting between these two sides. That was all the way back on the 29th of November at the San Mamés Stadium 2025. The points were shared after a dramatic match. Muriki scored twice for Real Mallorca, including a penalty, putting the hosts 2-0 ahead in the second half. However, Raul Garcia and the stoppage time goal from Enzo Boyomo completed a late comeback for Osasuna, forcing a 2-2 draw. So, a draw the last time that these two sides did face each other. It wasn't that long ago, 29th of November in 2025. Again, it was at the San Mamés Stadium. The home side had the advantage. I think Real Mallorca were a lot stronger back then. I also think they played decently well at home just a few months ago, and Osasuna weren't in a good place. I think even though that was all the way back in 29th of November, which is not even that far ago, I think we are looking at 2 very different sides now. You've got a strong Osasuna side at home. You've got a really poorly shaped Real Mallorca at the minute. I think it's going to be a different story, and I think it's going to be a struggle for Real Mallorca. Of course, there is one thing that Real Mallorca do depend on, and that is the man up front, the striker that goes by the name of Muriki. And he is currently the maximum goal scorer for Real Mallorca this season with 16 goals to his name so far, currently making him the 2nd maximum goal scorer in the La Liga division. And words can't even describe how important this man has been for Real Mallorca. The pirate, they call him, Muriki. The 2nd maximum goal scorer in the league, even though he's playing for a relegation zone team at the minute, still managing to back 16 goals. He's absolutely brilliant up front, and for him to score, I will say he does need his team to back him. He's the type of striker that if you give him the ball in the box, he will score with his head, with his foot. It's not often you see him miss those chances. He's an absolutely brilliant striker. He's scored 60% of Real Mallorca's goals this season. That's how important he is. And I mean, just think about it. 60% of their goals. Where would Real Mallorca be without him? Maybe all the way at the bottom of the table. That's the one difference, I think, between Real Mallorca and Osasuna out there today. But do not differ, as they also have a brilliant man up front in brilliant form at the minute. He goes by the name of Ante Budimir, the ex-Real Mallorca player. He used to play for Real Mallorca not too long ago, just a few seasons ago, before he made his move to Osasuna. He is familiar with this Real Mallorca side. He's a loved character at this Real Mallorca team. The fans, the history between him and Real Mallorca. What a player. He's an absolute brilliant talent, and he just is a goal-scoring machine. And at the minute, he's proving to be so, as he's currently the maximum goal scorer for Osasuna with 12 goals to his name. So just catching up to Vedan Muriqi. He's only 4 goals behind him. Recently, Ante Budimir, it's goal after goal for him in every Osasuna match, and he's going to be a real danger out there today, especially playing at home. But again, you also have Vedan Muriqi with 16 goals for Real Mallorca. You've got 2 teams with 2 brilliant strikers, and I think both of them will know, each team will say, hey, let's defend their striker properly. So it could be a bit of a closer matchup than we think out there today. There's no doubt in my mind it's going to be a tough one for Real Mallorca. But they definitely still have, the chance to compete in this one. They've got a new manager. It's a new start. They've got a striker in brilliant form. And we'll see the way they shape up in this one. So now we just have the players walking out of the tunnel into the stadium. And now they have lined up. Real Mallorca will be playing in the white today. And Osasuna, as always, in their home classic red. So a 2 p.m. kickoff here this Saturday in the LaLiga division. Osasuna up against Real Mallorca at the El Sadar Stadium. And there he is, the new man in charge, Martin de Michelis for Real Mallorca. The Argentinian 45-year-old coach is here to take charge and to bring Real Mallorca back to its winning ways. There is also the coach for Osasuna, Alessio Lisi, who at the minute is loving every single minute of it. He's been brilliant these last few weeks out. He's been getting some very, very good results. Winning up against Real Madrid last time out at home. We're looking at a very confident home side out here today. So now there we have. And as you can see, some changes in the lineup between Jacob Arrasate and the new coach, Martin de Michelis. We have Pablo Torres starting in this matchup out here today. And if you have been tuning into the live streams within these last few months, we've seen Pablo Torre. He's an absolute brilliant talent, and I'm so happy for him to be starting. And when Jacob Arrasate was in charge, he'd come on, on the 87th, 88th minute. He'd only play about a few minutes. And, it's such a shame for the youngster who comes from the Barcelona Academy to only be playing that little minutes. I think he's a brilliant talent, and he's actually starting out here today, so you can already see some changes for Martin de Michelis. And there's also some other changes. Jan Virgili has gone down to the bench. Manu Morlanes is starting on the left wing for him. And that's definitely a big change for Jan Virgili to not be starting. We've got Mateo Joseph on the right wing. And then the rest is, as always, the 2 centre defensive mids, or Omar Mascarell and Samu Costa. The 2 centre backs are Antonio Reyo, Martin Valgent. On the left back, we have Johan Mojica. And on the right back, we've got Pablo Maffeo. And the man between the sticks, as always, is Leo Roman. So a big round of applause here at the El Sadar Stadium for that young player right there, Victor Munoz, 22 years old, the starting left winger for Osasuna, as he picks up a reward for his brilliant performances recently. And there you can see Antonio Rayo having a word with Mojica before they kick off. And now Vedamuriki kicks off the match, and we are on the way here at the El Sadar Stadium. And right away, Ramarca play up front, looking for a long ball into Vedamuriki, but too much power on it, and it goes right to Javier Herrera, the goalkeeper for Osasuna. And there he is already, Victor Munoz driving forward. He can't manage to keep the ball, but he does well to skip past one or two Ramarca players already. And I think he's definitely going to be a problem out there today. So now Martin Baljan looking for Vedamuriki. It falls to Mateo Joseph in the end. Ramarca play it back and keep the possession. 1 minute in, a very intense start from Ramarca, pushing forward, maybe to look for the early goal. Again, we've got a new coach in store today, a new manager, meaning there'll be new tactics and new ways at Real Mallorca, so I really am excited to see the approach that Ramarca are going to take out there today. And Samu Costa just delivering a really, really poor pass there, giving away the ball far too easily. Good defensive work from Manu Morlanes to get it back. Vedamuriki tries taking it forward, but it's cut out by Catena. And now Osasuna have gotten the ball back, and they're in possession. They're going to play out wide into... There he is, Victor Munoz driving forward. Galan tries putting in the cross, but it's cleared by Real Mallorca. So now Osasuna trying to play it forward. Doesn't work out for them. Ramarca clearing it. Vedamuriki claims to be fouled. The referee lets the play continue as Osasuna are in possession. Here's Garcia. Garcia playing it into Moncayola. He tries putting in the cross. It's very well defended by Mojica. He deals with the danger and clears it up forward. So now Osasuna trying to put in the low cross. Antonio Rayo dealing with the danger. Mateo Joseph chases it down. And he almost gets the throw in for Real Mallorca. In the end, it's going to be for Osasuna, I believe. There he is, Alessio Lisi for Osasuna. Not sure if the referees awarded a throw into Real Mallorca or for Osasuna. Mateo Joseph claims it was for Real Mallorca, and in the end, it is going to be for them. And good defensive work from him, Mateo Joseph. He was signed this season by Jacob Arrasate from the Leeds United Academy. Well, not the Academy, the under-21s. The Spanish youngster, and I will say I do like the way Mateo Joseph plays, but sometimes I just think he's a bit too quiet on that pitch. I just think he needs to push out a bit more and go for it. Take the ball himself, dribble a little bit, and when he does that, he just proves that he is a really good talent. So good ball, and now Ramarca can drive forward down this right wing. Mateo Joseph tries putting in the cross, it's blocked. They keep the possession. Here's Pablo Maffeo. into Samu Costa. Samu Costa trying to put in the cross, looking for Muriqi. And Errando clears it for Osasuna. Real Mallorca stay in possession. So far, a good start here for Real Mallorca. They're playing quite comfortably with the ball, attacking very well. Here's Mateo Joseph. He gets taken down, and it's going to be a free kick for Real Mallorca on that right wing. He did well to get the ball and look for the free kick. Just a bit too much on that from Errando. So now a free kick, potentially a dangerous set-piece play for Real Mallorca. And we've not seen them score many from the set-piece play this season. Of course, last season, they were one of the most dangerous teams when it came to set-piece plays. But everything has been a bit different this season for Real Mallorca. So, Johan Mojica, and in the end, Pablo Torre puts in the cross. It's a bit low from Pablo Torre. They're going to try again, looking for Samu Costa. A bit too much on that pass. And it's going to be a goal kick for Osasuna. First 6 minutes in here now. It's been very positive from Real Mallorca. And, you know, I do like what I'm seeing at the minute. They are pushing up forward. They are pressing a lot. It's looking very positive at the minute. Here's Pablo Torre out wide to Mojica. Back to Pablo Torre. Manu Morlanes. He plays into Omar Mascarell. Omar Mascarell into Mateo Joseph out wide to Mojica. He tries to put in the cross and, well, oh dear, far too much on that cross from Mojica. It's a poor cross, really. He just tries to put it in with too much power and sends it flying over that second post. And there he is, the new manager, Martin De Michelis. And in the end, a free kick for Osasuna as they tried to play out forward. Here's Sergio Herrera, the goalkeeper for Osasuna, who's currently ranked third in the LaLiga for saves per match, averaging 3.5 saves per match. So he's proven to be an important goalkeeper for Osasuna. And he's going to be a tough one to get past today. Trying to put in the cross, Vitor Munoz. The deflection goes out, and it's going to be a corner kick for Osasuna. The first corner of the matchup. And it is for Osasuna. And there's a look at Jan Virgili on the bench. Not usually a place we see him play at. In the end, it wasn't a corner kick, and the referee, the offside flag went up, so it's going to be offside in the end. No corner for Osasuna, but instead a free kick for Real Mallorca. Here's Mojica, plays into Vedat Muriqi, who just can't get his touch in control. Osasuna don't take any risks, and they cleared the ball as far as possible. It's going to be a throw-in for Mojica. And he does very well, Pablo Torre, to get out of a complicated position. It's been very intense so far from Real Mallorca in these first 10 minutes. It really is good what we're seeing here at the minute. Here's Mojica. He tries putting in the cross. Catena clearing the danger. And the crosses from Johan Mojica so far just haven't been good enough. The Colombian left back, who's been at Real Mallorca for quite some time. There's been a lot of controversy surrounding him and the fans throughout this season. And again, there it is there. Just another poor pass from Mojica. It's not really been good enough from him in this matchup so far. Needs to be doing better. So now here come Osasuna. Here's Galan. He plays into Victor Munoz. Back to Galan. Good play there from Galan and Victor Munoz. And Martin Valgen gets there on time to cut out the pass. It's going to be a throw-in for Osasuna. It's well defended by Real Mallorca. They get the throw-in. Good defensive work so far from this Real Mallorca side, and offensively it has been positive. They are creating chances and pushing up forward. It's been a positive start. And they do well to get the goal kick, Real Mallorca. 11 minutes in here now, and I would be lying if I said I expected Real Mallorca to be the better side so far. I would have thought that Osasuna would start off the match, harder, going more intensely. But it's definitely not been the case. So far it's been all Real Mallorca. So now here's Mojica. He plays it through the middle into Pablo Torre, who just looks for Vela Muriqui, but the pass was cut out. Brilliant play to go forward there from Real Mallorca. Now here they come down this right hand side. Pablo Maffeo tries putting in the cross. It's cleared. Vela Muriqui brings it down. Plays it into Pablo Torre. And Real Mallorca have conceded 42 goals this season. The worst defensive record in La Liga. The side to concede the most goals. And as you can see defensively, it's just not been good enough. 42 goals conceded this season. It's so strange, as last season they really were one of the best defensive sides in La Liga, but this season it's just completely the other way around. They're one of the worst. It's funny how football works sometimes. And a point or the 3 points out here today would mean a lot for Real Mallorca. Up against a complicated side at a really complicated stadium. Good ball there into Mateo Joseph. It's going to be a potentially dangerous throw-in for Real Mallorca. And it's a sunny evening out there today at the Osasuna Stadium. But as you can see, the fans not happy with what they're seeing at the minute. Trying to put in the throw-in. And now Osasuna get the ball back and they're going to break on the counter-attack. Real Mallorca rush back and get there on time. Good defensive awareness by Real Mallorca. Now here's Victor Munoz. He tries to take the shot off. And the deflection from Martin Valgent goes into the hands of Leo Roman. very good defensive awareness so far from Real Mallorca. Now Manu Morlanes back to Leo Roman. Leo Roman through the middle into Omar Mascaré, who loses it, but luckily it falls to Samu Costa. Now here's Mojica, trying to play it forward into Pablo Torre. It doesn't work out for them. Samu Costa. He tries playing it back. Samu Costa losing the ball in a dangerous position. And Osasuna can break forward now. Here's Victor Munoz. Victor Munoz, he's going to cut in himself. And in the end, Pablo Maffeo deals with the danger. He does well. And Leo Roman can pick up the ball with ease. So far for Osasuna, it seems to be Victor Munoz who's proving to be the problem for Real Mallorca. And at the minute, it's 26% possession only for Osasuna and 74% for Real Mallorca in these first 15 minutes. It still is very early on, but again, it's been a brilliant start for Real Mallorca. I do like what I'm seeing at the minute. Now, playing it down this left-hand side. Here's Samu Costa in the middle into Pablo Torre. Muriqi back to Samu Costa. A bit of a poor pass there from Muriqi as he gives away a throw-in. And now Osasuna are back in possession. And Muriqi's been one or two quiet weeks for him. He's not had much to try and go off of. Of course, he did have quite a few chances last week out up against Real Sociedad to take the lead. We saw him miss some chances that, usually Muriqi would not miss. And again, it's been one or two quiet weeks for him. But hopefully he can get back in it in this matchup out here today, as he's such an important player for Real Mallorca. 16 goals this season, and 60% of the goals for Real Mallorca have been converted by him. He's a very, very important player for Real Mallorca, and they'd hate to lose him. And of course for Osasuna, the man creating the most dangers, Ante Budimir, 12 goals for him this season. He's been in brilliant form the last few matches. But so far out here, he's been very quiet. Both strikers have been very quiet for both teams. And now Rosier has gone off to the sidelines for Osasuna, as I believe there's, by the looks of it, maybe a problem with his boot or his sock. And the play is going to continue. Real Mallorca with one man more. So now playing it down into Pablo Torre. He does do well. And in the end, one referee says throw in for Real Mallorca and the other says throw in for Osasuna. And in the end, it's awarded to Osasuna, but the flagsman awarded the referee, awarded the throw-in to Real Mallorca, and the main referee, the referee on the pitch, awarded it to Osasuna. And I think that's the first time I've seen two referees give a different opinion. So now Osasuna play very well from out the back, and here they can drive forward. It's Victor Munoz. He lays off to Galan. Galan tries putting in the cross, and Pablo Maffeo blocks it and deals with the danger, kicking out forward. The deflection ends up being a throw-in for Real Mallorca. Good defensive work there from Pablo Maffeo. So 20 minutes in here now. 25 minutes left before the end of the first half. And so far, Osasuna 0 and Real Mallorca 0. Osasuna slowly look like they're starting to get into it. They're starting to get a bit in form, and Real Mallorca have looked good already. So far I would say we have quite an equal matchup. So now playing the long ball, looking for Victor Munoz. And Leo Roman gets there first. A dangerous ball into Victor Munoz. And that seems to be Osasuna's tactic at the minute in this first half, constantly playing it down that left wing. Now Leo Roman into Omar Mascarell. And Pablo Torre looking for Mojica. Here's Mojica down the left-hand side. It gets taken down, and it is going to be a booking. And Garcia, the number 14, picks up the yellow card for Osasuna. Just commits the foul there on Mojica. So now potentially a dangerous free kick for Real Mallorca. It's going to be Mojica. He's going to put it in. Here's Johan Mojica. Puts in the cross. And the deflection almost falls to Muriqi. Omar Mascarell tries putting it back in. Here's Mojica playing out wide to Pablo Torre. And a free kick for Osasuna. And it's going to be a yellow card for Pablo Torre. I think he just gets there a bit too late. He breaks the counterattack for Osasuna. He takes down Ruben Garcia, so a yellow card for Pablo Torre. He does get the ball, but he does follow through with Ruben Garcia, and I'm not quite sure if that should be a yellow card, but either way the referee awards it. And now Martin Valgent dealing with a lot of pressure. Martin Valgent, he's forced to give away the corner as Ante Budimir was pressing him. So now it's going to be a corner kick for Osasuna. Moncayola is going to put in the cross. The first corner now for Osasuna, and they play it short. Cutting in, Ruben Garcia tries to put in the cross. It's cleared. Good defensive work by Real Mallorca. Here's Oroz playing it in short. Osasuna trying to make something from this. Real Mallorca clear it in the end. The offside flag went up, so it wouldn't have counted either way. And as you can see, Miles offside there. Not quite sure how the flagsman didn't see that one earlier. Now here's Mojica. Mojica plays it into Vedal Muriqi. Good pass from him. Here's Pablo Torre. Plays out wide. Good build-up play. Now Pablo Maffeo tries putting in the cross. It finds Muriqi. The header just goes wide. And it was a difficult one to catch for Vedal Muriqi. But the build-up play from Real Mallorca there was just excellent. And they really are looking good. And they get the ball. Here's Pablo Torre. He's going to cut in. Slows down the play. Plays out to Manu Morlanes. Omar Mascarell. Pablo Torre. And 26 minutes in here now. Not too long left before the end of the first half. I tell you what, it's been a brilliant matchup so far. It really, really has. Here's Antonio Rayo. Antonio Rayo looking for Maffeo. Maffeo puts in the cross. It just goes wide. They play out to Victor Munoz. And he does well to keep the possession. Victor Munoz, he is awarded the free kick, and it's going to be a yellow card. I didn't quite see what happened there, but Martin Valgent picks up the yellow card. I want to take a look at the replay. Quite surprised that the referee awarded a yellow card. We'll take a look here. And he does grab him, to be fair. A bit of a silly challenge to give away from Martin Valgent. Now Real Mallorca already on 2 yellow cards. And Osasuna on 1. Here's Osasuna trying to put in the cross, looking for the second post. Johan Mojica gets there first. And he does well, Ruben Garcia, to get the ball back. Takes it off of Johan Mojica. Osasuna switch it to the left-hand side. What can they do from here? They try putting in the cross. It goes over Leo Roman. And it falls again in that second post to Ruben Garcia. Here he is, Ruben Garcia. He puts in the low cross. And the danger has been dealt with. Osasuna get the ball back again. Here's Oroz. He tries putting in the low cross. And every time Real Mallorca try and clear it, Osasuna just get it back. It was a dangerous few, 1 or 2 chances there for Osasuna. So now Osasuna take the throw in. They do get the shot off. It wasn't going on target, and Victor Munoz picked up the rebound. So now Osasuna are still in possession. They try taking it forward, and in the end, a free kick for Osasuna. Mateo Joseph, he just takes down Galan, as you can see. Clear foul there by Mateo Joseph on Galan. So now a potentially dangerous set-piece play for Osasuna. 15 minutes left before the end of the first half. And so far, a good matchup from both sides. Osasuna putting in the cross is cleared by Samu Costa. And Real Mallorca have lost 4 matches, conceding 8 goals while scoring just once in those 4 matches in a row that they've lost. And it sort of just tells you how it's been going for Real Mallorca. Again, I will say in this match, at the minute they do look very good. And I think you can tell that there's a new man in charge. This Real Mallorca side already are starting to look a lot different, and I will say a lot better. Again, there's still a long time left to go, but at the minute, it's been very good, very positive. They are defending very well, despite them conceding the most goals in La Liga, 42 goals conceded. They are defending very well, and Osasuna have scored 9 goals in their last 4 home La Liga matches. So offensively, they are dangerous, they are sharp. But Real Mallorca are dealing with it very well at the minute. Not only are they defending well, but they're also going up forward, attacking very well. Real Mallorca, and Mateo Joseph just gets taken down there. It's going to be a free kick for Real Mallorca. And there he is there, Victor Munoz, the 22-year-old. And what a talent he is for Osasuna. He's been brilliant within these last few months. He really has been putting in a good performance. And he will be a danger for Real Mallorca out there today. He already has been causing a bit of trouble down that left wing. Now, here come Real Mallorca. It's Samu Costa. Plays out to Omar Mascarell. Manu Morlanes. Back to Omar Mascarell. Real Mallorca looking for a way through. Omar Mascarell is going to attempt the long shot. What a shot. Plenty of power on it. It goes right to Sergio Herrera. He does make a very good save. But it was a brilliant effort from Omar Mascarell. The referee lets the play continue as there was a foul there on Ruben Garcia. And both of these teams so far, 33 minutes in, and both of these teams have only had 1 shot on target. Now here's Ante Budimir. He's been very, very quiet so far, Ante Budimir. We've not really seen him. Now Galan tries putting in the cross. The deflection goes out, and it's going to be a goal kick. And you can see what Galan thinks of that decision. Here's the long shot again from Omar Mascarell. It's brilliant. It's got a lot of power on it, but it's just going far too central. It's going right at him. He doesn't even have to move. But either way, he makes a very good save. It's a good effort from Omar Mascarell, and I just think you have to take those when you have the space. When you're going forward and there's no way forward and you have space to shoot, just take it, just try it. Now Leo Roman, the man between the sticks for Real Mallorca in possession, and so far, talking about possession, it's been 61% for Real Mallorca and 39% for Osasuna. Despite only having 1 shot on target, again, it has been... Oh, and the ball falls to Villamuriqui, and he puts it into the back of the net. What's happened there? Real Mallorca have taken the lead out of nowhere. And what a horror for Sergio Herrera. It wasn't a dangerous ball at all. And Real Mallorca have taken the lead here at the El Sadar Stadium, and it's Villamuriqui who puts it into the back of the net. An absolute horror show for Osasuna. And what a mistake by Sergio Herrera. Out of nowhere, Real Mallorca have taken the lead. Here's the long ball. They're looking for Vidal Muriqi. It falls to a Sergio Herrera. He's got all the time in the world to clear it. But he just tries to head it, pass it back. He doesn't see Vidal Muriqi. Vidal Muriqi comes running at him, charging. The header hits Vidal Muriqi in the chest. And it slowly rolls into the back of the net. What a mistake from Osasuna. And out of nowhere, Real Mallorca have taken the lead. 1-0. Real Mallorca leading at the El Sadar Stadium. And it's Vidal Muriqi, the Pirate, who scored for Real Mallorca. That's 17 goals for him this season. And I will say, that goal came out of absolutely nowhere. And as I was just saying, despite Osasuna and Real Mallorca both having only one shot on target each, Real Mallorca have been the better side. Positively, it has been good. Defensively, offensively, even only having one shot on target. And just as I was saying that, Real Mallorca take the lead. So now a big advantage for this Real Mallorca side, scoring with only about 9 minutes left to go before the end of the first half. Manu Morlanes attempts the long shot there. The shot is blocked, so now Osasuna can take it forward. Here's Victor Munoz. Playing out wide into Roycer. Roycer into Ruben Garcia. Ruben Garcia playing out wide. Here comes Osasuna down the left wing. Here's Victor Munoz. Victor Munoz, he plays it back. Osasuna attempt a shot. It's blocked. Good defensive work by Real Mallorca. Here he is again, Victor Munoz. Can he make something from this? He tries putting in the cross. Looking for that second post. It goes wide. No one is there. And it's going to be a throw-in for Real Mallorca. 37 minutes and a half in here now. Not long left to go. And again, I will say, I think we're looking at a different Real Mallorca out here today. With Martin De Michelis in charge, this Real Mallorca side, they don't look like 2 weeks ago. They just look like a different team. It's been a really, really positive first half. It really has been. And, to dominate the match up against a tough team like Osasuna that have been in rich form at home, I will say, it's brilliant work from the new manager, what he's doing at the minute. First match in, and Real Mallorca already leading in the first half. Here's a look at the goal again, and I mean, out of completely nowhere, Vidal Muriqi gets his chest on it. He doesn't even mean it, and it goes into the back of the net. And you've just got the question, Sergio Herrera. I mean, he's been a brilliant goalkeeper for Osasuna this season. He's ranked third in the most saves per match, but what's he done there? He's absolutely given away the lead for Osasuna. A big mistake by him. And now the referee is walking over to the sidelines, and he's got a yellow card in his hand. And he's awarded it to the to the Osasuna manager, Alessio Lisi. And you can just see what he does. He gave Vidal Muriqi a little shove as he was about to take the throw in. Very unnecessary from him. And he picks up a yellow card for that. And Victor Munoz almost getting the ball back there in a very dangerous position. His touch was just a bit too heavy. It's going to be a throw-in for Real Mallorca. Playing out wide into Mojica. Here is Johan Mojica into Omar Mascarell. Omar Mascarell looking for Mateo Joseph. He does find him. It's a brilliant ball. Mateo Joseph trying to make something from that. He does get throw in. And we've just hit the 40th minute marker, so 5 minutes left to go. And Mojica just can't decide who to give it to. He gives it to Muriqui in the end. Back to Mojica. Here's Pablo Torre. Pablo Torre back to Leo Roman. Leo Roman decides to play it wide, looking for Muriqui. It's going to be a free kick in the end for Osasuna. 41 minutes in here now, so just 4 minutes left to go, plus whatever's added on of extra time before the end of the first half. And what a start it's been for Real Mallorca, and I can say, and I will say it, I don't think anyone really expected this start from Real Mallorca. In a match where you definitely expected Osasuna to be the better side, it's definitely not been the case. Mojica playing up forward. Osasuna get the ball back. Ante Budimir is asking for it. He does get it. And now what can they make from this? The pass was cut out. Osasuna claiming a penalty. The referee doesn't play it. A free kick for Real Mallorca in the end. Samu Costa's on the ground quite hurt. And of course, the referee points to the spot and says no penalty. It will not be checked. I believe it was. Could have been offside either way. Here's a look at the chance again. It's Ante Budimir and Samu Costa. I'm not sure. It just looks like Ante Budimir takes down Samu Costa. So, again, no penalty for that. I'm not quite sure why the Osasuna manager in the end picked up the yellow card. I believe it was for yelling at the referee too much, claiming handball. And it also just looked like he got in a bit of a misfit there with Muriqui. So now a free kick for Real Mallorca, and soon the referee to blow his whistle for the end of the first half, and Real Mallorca lead here at the El Sadar Stadium. Here's Pablo Maffeo. He tries putting in the cross, and it finds Pablo Torre. What a save by Sergio Herrera, and what a chance for Real Mallorca. A brilliant header there from Pablo Torre. Sergio Herrera makes himself wide and makes the save. And Real Mallorca almost making the lead even bigger than it was. They almost made it 2-0 there. What first half it's been for Real Mallorca. It's been brilliant. And I'm really surprised by what I'm seeing out here today. So now here's Rayo playing it into Mojica. Mojica plays the long ball. Brilliant ball into Mateo Joseph. What can he do from here? He plays it back into Mojica. Lovely ball from Mojica there into Pablo Torre. Pablo Torre gets taken down. And just a goal kick in the end. I don't think there was enough on that. Brilliant little passes there from Johan Mojica. And he did start off the match very poor. He's giving away passes non-stop, and now he's looking brilliant. So now here's Osasuna. It's Galan. He plays it through the middle into Oroz. Osasuna play it back into Catena. Catena out wide to Reuser. Rosier, who plays into Moncoyola. Victor Munoz just trying to make something from that, but it's very well defended from Martin Valgens. And Osasuna kicked the ball up, and it's just going to be a goal kick in the end. There was 2 minutes added on of extra time. There's the header again from Pablo Torre. It's a brilliant header, and a good save there from Sergio Herrera. So 2 minutes added on of extra time. 1 minute has already passed. Leo Roman to take the goal kick. Rosier clearing the ball up forward for Osasuna. Real Mallorca trying to bring it down. They clear up forward. It's going to be a throw-in for Osasuna. Here's Errando. Errando playing into Galan. Galan into Victor Munoz. Here's Oroz. Back to Victor Munoz. Osasuna. They've got 1 minute left. Can they make anything from this? Trying to put in the cross. Osasuna. And it falls to Ruben Garcia. His touch is a bit too heavy. Ruben Garcia tries taking it in. Osasuna try putting in the cross again. And the referee blows his whistle for the end of the first half. And I will just say, a brilliant first half from Real Mallorca. I really, really like what I'm seeing out there today. It's been brilliant. I will say, I mean, the goal that Real Mallorca scored, I've never quite seen anything like it. Sergio Herrera, he just tries, I'm not sure what he's trying to do. He tries to head it almost backwards instead of just clearing the ball. He tries to head it. I mean, I'm just not quite sure what he's doing. And Vidal Muriqi makes the run in, trying to intercept it in any way. In the end, it hits his chest perfectly, and it bounces into the back of the net. I mean, the first goal for Real Mallorca is quite something, but it doesn't matter. Because again, the first half there for Real Mallorca was just brilliant. You know, Osasuna, they have competed at times offensively. They've gone forward quite a few times, but they've just not created much danger at all. Real Mallorca have been defending very well. Going forward, the build-up play from Real Mallorca has been brilliant. The way they're connecting the passes to go up forward, it's all flowing in this first half. It really is. And looking at the possession, it's 36 for Osasuna and 64 for Real Mallorca. And, you know, you have to consider this Osasuna side that the last time they played at home beat Real Madrid. Osasuna side that's usually the stronger side at home. That's usually the more dominant side. And Real Mallorca, I'll tell you what, putting in just a brilliant performance out there today. And of course, there's a reason for that, and that is because of the new manager arriving. Obviously, Real Mallorca have switched tactics. They've switched their ways. It's not the usual that we've usually seen with Paco Barrasate. It's obviously a lot different out there today, and you can see it. And it is working so far in this first half. It's been brilliant. Not much more to say. Now we're going to go on a quick break, and we'll be back very shortly for the second half. A brilliant first half. I'm hoping for more in the second half. Again, they have to keep it up. There's still a whole second half to go, and hopefully they can. We will be back very shortly, so do not go anywhere. And we are back after a quick little break here at the El Salvador Stadium, where currently Real Mallorca are in the lead, winning 1-0 at the start of this second half. Real Mallorca got the only goal in this matchup, and it was for Real Mallorca in the 35th minute, where Sergio Herrera committed a very, to say it, dreadful mistake to give away the lead to Real Mallorca. The ball fell quite easily for Sergio Herrera, and he just made a bit of a mistake. He tried to head the ball away. He headed in the wrong direction, and it fell right on Vera Muriki's chest, where it rolled right into the back of the net. So Real Mallorca in the lead for the beginning of the second half, and I will say a brilliant performance so far from Real Mallorca to be in the lead. Possession-wise, it's been very dominant from Real Mallorca. 64% possession for Real Mallorca and 36% for Osasuna. 5 total shots for each team, 1 on target for Osasuna and 3 on target for Real Mallorca. I will say it has been an absolutely brilliant first half from Real Mallorca. Defensively, they've really been strong. They've not been allowing Osasuna to go forward. I think Victor Munoz on the left wing has been creating the most danger for Osasuna. He's constantly going forward, trying to cut in, take shot-offs, but Real Mallorca have been defending exceptionally well out there today. It really has been a good match. I think the thing that's standing out the most for me from Real Mallorca is the way they're playing from out the back. You know, it's just been going so well, and I think a big part in that is coming from Pablo Torre, who's finally starting out here today for Real Mallorca. We've not really seen him a lot, you know, this season. He's not been under the radar really for Jacob Arrasate. He's not been playing, you know, he'd rarely get 5 minutes, which is surprising because he was a key signing for Real Mallorca this summer. He was a big signing. But so far out here today, I will say, you know, he got his chance. There's a new manager, new lineups, and he's playing out here today, and I think he's making a big role and helping Real Mallorca play from at the back, and they've been doing it exceptionally well. So, overall, a brilliant first half for Real Mallorca. Osasuna definitely still in this matchup, only 1 goal behind, and, you know, they are a team that at home play very well. They are a goal-scoring team. They know how to score goals. They've scored 9 in their last 4 home matches. So, Osasuna definitely still in this. We've seen Real Mallorca give away the leads, give away the results plenty of times. They just need to stay in it, stay focused, and they could definitely walk away with a point or with 3 points out there today, Real Mallorca. But again, Osasuna definitely not still out of this one. There Sergio Herrera, after giving away his mistake, I'm sure feeling a bit of pressure. He did make 1 or 2 very good saves after that. He is a brilliant goalkeeper, so you've got to feel for him. So now Osasuna kick off the match as the referee blows his whistle, and the start of the second half has begun. And it's Osasuna right away who are in possession, and a goal behind. They've got to try and get back into this one. Here's Oroz down the left wing. What can he do here, Oroz? Potentially a dangerous play for Osasuna, trying to put in the pass. It doesn't work out. What can they do from here? Here's Victor Munoz into Oroz. Oroz is going to cut in, try and take the shot off, but it's blocked. And again, very good defensive work from Martin Valgens. Now Vera Muriqui. He tries to slow down the play, but he just couldn't work his feet out. In the end, a throw-in for Real Mallorca. Here's Pablo Maffeo. Maffeo takes the throw-in into Pablo Torre. Now Leo Roman. Oman Mascaré. Back to Leo Roman. He plays it up forward. And I'm just wondering what the goal is for Real Mallorca in this second half. And I just think the goal is to stay exactly how they were playing in the first half, to keep on pressing offensively, to play up forward, keep on looking for those passes, don't hold back. And if they can keep that up in this second half, then I definitely think they'll get a result. Lovely pass from Samu Costa. And in the end, it's going to be a free kick for Real Mallorca. Pablo Maffeo just got taken down, by the looks of it, by Victor Muñoz. So now a free kick for Real Mallorca. They take it quickly, playing the long ball into Samu Costa. Here's a chance for Real Mallorca. Samu Costa tries to put in the cross. And it goes over the crossbar and out for a goal kick. Good build-up play and a lovely through ball, as you can see there, from Pablo Torre. And Osasuna looking nervous to play from out the back, and Real Mallorca get the ball back. And they've just really been struggling in this matchup. Trying to break on the counter-attack, it's Osasuna. Here's Ruben Garcia. Good pass from Ruben Garcia into Victor Muñoz. Here's Victor Muñoz. He attempts the shot. And in the end, no danger, as Leo Roman gets out to get there first. And we've seen him attempt that quite a few times in this matchup. Victor Muñoz, it's just not really been working out for him. You can see the frustration slowly growing for Osasuna. Now here's Mateo Joseph. He does very well to skip past his man. Mateo Joseph, he's going to cut in. And in the end, well defended by Osasuna. But growing confidence for Real Mallorca. And it was Vedat Muriqi who scored the goal in this matchup in the first half. 35 minutes in here now, and he actually leads the team with 1.5 shots on target per match. Despite the goal drought recently for Real Mallorca, he's on 17 goals. And it's just been brilliant. And now the medical staff has to come onto the pitch, as one of these Real Mallorca players is down on the ground, and it's Pablo Torre. And if he's out, that will not be good news at all for Real Mallorca. He's been really, really good in this matchup so far. He's been, I would say, a key player in this matchup. He really has been. So hopefully he is okay. And we'll take a look at the replay here from the challenge. It's obviously not intentional. Oroz, he just loses his feet. He slips. But he steps on Pablo Torres' ankle. Hopefully he is okay. Again, he's been a really important player in this match. So now the play is going to continue, and Osasuna are going to take it forward. Real Mallorca have one man less. Here's Aimar Oroz. He plays it into Bulimir. Bulimir takes the shot off. And the first big chance for Osasuna in this second half. And it was a lovely ball there from Aimar Oroz to find Ante Bulimir. And you know how dangerous he is in front of net. It is a good shot. But Leo Roman gets down on time and he makes the save. And Real Mallorca almost losing it in a very dangerous position. It's going to be another goal kick for Leo Roman. And now, early substitutions for Real Mallorca. We don't usually see them make changes this early on. And you can definitely tell that there's a new manager in charge. Antonio Rayo is going to be coming off, and replacing him is going to be David Lopez. A brilliant centre-back, the youngster, I will say, who arrived back from loan this season. And I will say he's just been brilliant. He's put in some really good performances when we've seen him play, David Lopez. Not usually a starter, but he's just been playing so well. And then coming off is also going to be Pablo Torre, and replacing him is going to be Sergi Darder. And a big round of applause, I think, for Pablo Torre. He's been brilliant in that first half. Hopefully, his injury is nothing too serious. I do believe they took him off because he got hurt. And I really, really hope it's nothing too bad for Real Mallorca. Because again, I just think he has been exceptional in this match. And why Antonio Reyes coming off, I'm not quite sure. He's not been playing bad at all. Defense has been really good in this one. So, not quite sure why he's made that one. So now Vidal Murigi tries playing it forward. In the end, the deflection goes out. It's going to be a throw-in for Real Mallorca. And now, by the looks of it, Osasuna are also going to be making 2 changes very soon. Early substitutions for both sides in this match. Now here's Victor Munoz driving forward. Plays it through the middle. Galan tries putting in the cross. The deflection goes out. And it's going to be a corner for Osasuna. And it's Javi Galan who got the corner for Osasuna. Just trying to put in that low cross. So now we'll see if Osasuna can make anything from this. And Jan Virgili yet to come on. Usually we see a player, we see starting quite often for Real Mallorca. He's been a really important player this season for them. Ranked 7th place for the most assists this season in LaLiga. He's got 6 assists to his name. And he's just been brilliant. But by the looks of it, he didn't fit in the system out there today. So now 2 substitutions for Osasuna. Garcia coming off. So Garcia comes off, and replacing him is Raul Moro. And then also coming off was Toro. And replacing him was Raul Garcia. Lots of Rauls in this team. Also lots of Garcias. So now here come Osasuna. It's Aimar Aymar Oroz putting in the cross. Mojica dealing with the danger. Trying to put in the cross again. Osasuna, and in the end it goes wide, and it's going to be a goal kick for Real Mallorca. And again, I just think maybe the two substitutions were made too early on for Real Mallorca. I'm aware that Pablo Torre did get hurt, so he probably had to come off, which is a shame because for me, well, I think for this Real Mallorca squad, he was being such an important player. And Real Mallorca really, really did look good in this first half. In the second half, they still look good, but they're definitely dropping the intensity, and you can just feel it. And on the other hand, Antonio Rayo for David Lopez. And I mean, when your defense is doing well, I'm not quite sure why he would change the defense. They were doing so well. But again, it could have been, I'm not sure, for fitness reason or for an injury. I'm not sure. Now here come Osasuna. Munoz playing it through the middle. Playing a long ball down into Galan on that left wing side. Victor Munoz trying to play it back into Galan. It's going to be a throw-in for Osasuna. Sergio Herrera playing up forward. It's cleared by David Lopez. Rammer can bring it down. Here's Sergi Darder. The first we've seen from him, the substitution. And good play so far from Real Mallorca, just trying to keep possession of the ball. It's very good play. Through the middle into Muriqi, into Sergi Darder. He tries playing out wide to Maffeo. But the pass was just far too powerful from Sergi Darder. And Pablo Maffeo is actually going to receive a yellow card for kicking the ball away intentionally. A bit of a silly yellow card to receive there from Pablo Torre. Sorry, Pablo Maffeo. So now Osasuna taking it forward. Here's Galan. Galan playing a lovely ball into Victor Munoz. He tries putting in the low cross. Mojica gets there first, and not a single Osasuna player in sight there. Lovely build-up play. Real Mallorca can break on the counter-attack. Here's Vela Muriqi. Vela Muriqi 1v1 up against their centre-backs. What can he do from here? He cuts in. Vela Muriqi gets the shot off. And what a goal from Vela Muriqi. And Real Mallorca lead 2-0 here at the El Sadar Stadium. What a match we've had, and what a play, and a lovely solo goal from Vela Muriqi. 60 minutes in here now, and Real Mallorca make it 2-0 up against Osasuna. I'll tell you what a brilliant performance, and what a brilliant goal there from Vela Muriqi. 2 goals for him in this matchup. 18 goals now in the LaLiga division. And out of nowhere, Real Mallorca break on the counter-attack. It's a lovely ball there from Sergi Darder. And I'll tell you what, no one would have expected that from Vela Muriqi. The little shuffle. He takes it on to his left. He cuts in. He takes the shot off. What a goal from the Pirate. Absolutely brilliant. It's Galan and Catena who are up against him, defending him, and despite the 2v1, Vedat Muriqi manages to take onto his left and slot it into that bottom right corner. And 2-0 here now. What a match it's been for Real Mallorca, and what a start for the new manager Martin De Michelis. So now Real Mallorca lead by 2 goals, and all they have to do is hold on to this lead. Now what ball this is here into Victor Munoz, who gets the shot off, and what a save by Leo Roman. What a chance for Osasuna. And this match is just going back to back. Another big save by Leo Roman. Here's a look at it again. The touch from Victor Munoz is brilliant. And then the shot. It's just not good enough. He kicks it right towards Leo Roman. And now there's going to be a substitution made for Real Mallorca. Manu Morlanes is going to be coming off. And coming on is going to be Gian Virgili, the 19-year-old left winger who's made a big difference in this Real Mallorca offensive side this season. What a match we've had out here today. It's been brilliant, and Real Mallorca really have been brilliant. 2-0 here now, 62 minutes in at the El Sadar Stadium. And even though Osasuna were starting to take control back in this second half, Real Mallorca still managed to get the second goal. And lovely defensive work from Samu Costa. What a tackle. And it's going to be a corner for Osasuna. Look at the tackle there from Samu Costa. Brilliant. Now putting in the cross is Osasuna. They're still in possession. They try putting in the cross. Vedat Muriqi gets his head on it. And the referee stops the play to check on Vedat Muriqi, the goal scorer. The Pirates with 18 goals now. 18 goals. Absolutely brilliant. And what a striker he is. So now this El Sadar Stadium, as you can see, look at the look on the faces from these Osasuna fans. They can't quite believe it. And I will say, I don't think most people expected this much of a good performance from Real Mallorca out there today. I certainly didn't expect it. It's been brilliant. Now Samu Costa tries taking it forward. He gets taken down. In the end, it was a free kick for Osasuna. And the referee calls over Raul Garcia, tells him to calm it down a bit. And just about 2 weeks ago it was, where Osasuna beat Real Madrid 2-1 here at their own ground. And now Real Madrid have gone out here today and they've taken the lead up against this Osasuna side 2-0. It's been absolutely brilliant. They try putting in the cross. The referee awarded handball in the end. So a free kick for Osasuna. You can see Martin Valgen telling him it hits his ribs. And I think it does, but either way, it's going to be handball in the end. So now Osasuna to put in the set piece play. Putting in that cross, Osasuna! And it almost falls perfectly to that number 24. It was Catena, the centre back for Osasuna, who could have almost got one back there for Osasuna. It just falls so unexpectedly to him, and he sends it far too wide. So now playing it forward. And Osasuna managed to skip past Real Mallorca to take the ball forward. Can they make anything from this? Here they are now. Trying to play the long ball. Real Mallorca deal with the danger. Trying to go again. It falls to Victor Munoz, who gets the shot off. It's blocked. Osasuna are going to go again, trying to take the shot off again. It's blocked, and Real Mallorca just not allowing Osasuna to get the shots off. In the end, the offside flag goes up, so it wouldn't have counted either way. There's the offside position there quite clearly. Not quite sure how the assistant referee doesn't notice that earlier. What a match we've had out here today from Real Mallorca. 68 minutes in here now, so just about 22 minutes left to go. And every minute that goes by, it gets closer and closer to a result for Real Mallorca. And the 3 points, if they do manage to get them out here today, are so important for this Real Mallorca side. A difficult match at a difficult stadium against a side that's been in good form. And if they do manage to get 3 points out of a match like that, then it really, really is big. It really does mean something. And I will say, what a start for the new manager, Martin de Michelis. His first match managing Real Mallorca. And he's gotten a huge result. And I mean, Osasuna, they've just not been there today. Real Mallorca have been so strong. It's just, it's not even that Osasuna have played bad. It's that Real Mallorca have just played exceptionally well. So now here come Osasuna. Can they make anything from this? And in the end it's cleared. Trying to put in the low cross. Well defended by Johan Mojica. Here's Roycer. Roycer tries putting in the cross again. He does find Victor Munoz. What a chance for Osasuna as Victor Munoz sends it flying over the crossbar. And a big chance there for Osasuna to try and get the equalizer. What ball it was from Roycer. And he just goes for a really, really difficult technique there. Victor Munoz, I'm not quite sure what he does. But what chance that was for them to try and get one back. It was a brilliant ball. So now, can they make anything from this? Osasuna still in possession. Playing it down this left-hand side into Victor Munoz. They keep the ball. Here's Catena. Catena playing out wide to Errando. Errando down into Galan. Try playing it forward. Mojica gets the ball back. Vidal Muriki. What ball that is there from Vidal Muriki into Jan Virgili. Here come Real Mallorca as Jan Virgili cuts in. Jan Virgili cuts in again. Jan Virgili. Can he put it away? And the shot is blocked. What a chance. And what a play from Jan Virgili. Oh, and a dangerous tackle there by Jan Virgili. And he's received a red card. And Real Mallorca have gone down to 10 men. What has just happened there for Real Mallorca out of nowhere? Jan Virgili has received a direct red card for that tackle. And just as soon as he performed a brilliant play, just seconds after he gets sent off, and you can see that Amoriki telling him off, saying, "What are you doing?" And what has Jan Virgili done there? A reckless tackle from him. Let's take a look again at the replay. Well, I mean, hold on a minute here. Looking at the replay, it's definitely not a red card. And I mean, he barely even touches him. The intention from Jan Virgili is definitely to take him down. He definitely tries to go for him. It's a bad challenge. But the contact is nowhere near enough for a red card, I think. But either way, it's really bad from him, from Jan Virgili, to try and commit that foul. He just, no need to do that. After he performed such a brilliant play as well. But again, I'm surprised by that decision from the referee. So now Osasuna might have a chance to still get back into this one. Again, there's only 16 minutes left. They're 2 goals down. So I'm not quite sure if they will have enough time to get back into it. It's been an absolutely brilliant match out here today from Real Mallorca. Absolutely brilliant. They try putting in the cross there. It goes right into the hands of Leo Roman. Now here's Osasuna. It's cleared by Real Mallorca. It's good defensive work. Vidal Muriki does well to keep the ball, but he ends up giving away in a dangerous position. Too much of a heavy touch there from Ante Bulimir, and Leo Roman gets the clearance. 15 minutes left to go here now. Osasuna putting on the pressure. Real Mallorca holding on very well. The question is, can they hold on to this lead? 2 goals down, Osasuna. They need 2 to get back into it, just to get a point. Good tackle there from Samu Costa. They play out wide, and nothing comes from that cross as Omar Mascarell clears the ball. It falls to Roycer. He's going to put in a cross to that second post. Mateo Joseph deals with the danger. And it's going to be a corner for Osasuna. They take it quickly. I didn't even see. They took it so quickly, the camera didn't even show what happened. I believe it's a goal kick, but before that happens, there's going to be 3 substitutions made for Osasuna. So the first one is going to be Moncayola coming off, and replacing him is going to be Quique Barja. Also coming off is going to be Errando. Errando comes off, and replacing him is going to be Cruz. And then the third substitution is Galan, who comes off, and replacing him is going to be Moy. So those are the 3 substitutions made there for Osasuna. So now, 13 minutes left. Osasuna driving forward. Real Mallorca defending with everything they've got. They play out wide. The question is there enough time for 2 goals? It's going to be a corner for Osasuna. And I'm still just thinking about that Jambirjili challenge, and there's so many questions to be made. So now Osasuna puts in the corner. Not good enough, that cross. Not enough height on it. They'll have another chance to put in another cross. It's cleared by Real Mallorca. The rebound falls to Raul Garcia, who attempts the volley but just sends it over the crossbar. So now a goal kick for Real Mallorca. And safe to say, they're going to take their time. They're not going to rush it forward. So now Leo Roman takes the goal kick. Mojica. Mateo Joseph brings it down. He plays into Veramuriki. Veramuriki back to David Lopez. David Lopez back to Leo Roman. Leo Roman ends up clearing it. Now Osasuna can drive forward. And they end up committing the foul. Enrique Barja just takes down Pablo Maffeo, as you can see there. So a free kick for Real Mallorca, and now just 10 minutes left to go before the full-time whistle. And each minute that goes by, it gets closer and closer for those 3 points for Real Mallorca. And I will say, what a result out here today. Now Veramuriki heads that ball forward, and he does find Sergi Derder. He tries putting in the cross, and into the hands of Sergio Herrera. Enrique Barja into Victor Munoz, who just gets out strength there by David Lopez. Here's Mateo Joseph. He gets taken down, and the play's going to continue. Here's Raul Garcia. Raul Garcia puts in the low pass. Osasuna, can they make something from this? Raul Garcia again. And in the end, a free kick for Real Mallorca and a yellow card for Raul Garcia. And Samu Costa's on the ground here. I'm not sure where. There it is there. Ooh, a nasty step on the ankle. Oof. A very dangerous one. And I mean, if that's a yellow card, and if Jambirjili's challenge was a red card, I don't know, you tell me. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the intention from Gianvirgili is obviously to go to take him down, but there's the most minimal contact in Gianvirgili's challenge. The most minimal. He barely even scrapes him. And that's just never a red card. And now, the referee's gone over to the VAR. And now they'll be checking for a potential red card for Osasuna on that challenge from Raul Garcia on Samu Costa, and it really is a bad one. It really, really is a bad one. And the referee decides it's a straight red for Raul Garcia, and I'm not surprised. And I mean, you tell me if you can tell the difference between this red card and Gianvirgili's red card, the contact. And I mean, at first, the referee awarded a yellow card for this one. Whereas, for Gianvirgili's challenge, it was a straight red. And I mean, you tell me, the referee makes the right decision here to go to VAR and give the red card. But for Gianvirgili's challenge, what can I say? So now 83 minutes in here now, and Leo Roman takes the free kick for Real Mallorca. And I can understand, at first sight, if you look at the challenge from Gianvirgili, it looks like a straight red, no doubts. But then when you look at the replay, you see pretty much 0 to nothing, to no contact at all. So now what ball that is there for Osasuna, and what chance for Enrique Barja. And his touch just let him down. And I mean, Osasuna have definitely had the chance plenty of times in this first half to get a goal back. I believe it could have been an offside position either way. They play out wide into the right hand side. It's Osasuna. Here's Victor Munoz. He tries putting in the cross. It falls to Enrique Barja. He plays it back. Osasuna get the shot off. And the deflection goes out for a corner. Osasuna still looking for that first goal. Putting in the cross is cleared. And it falls all the way back to Sergio Herrera. Not long left to go now, just 5 minutes and a half, plus whatever's added on of extra time. Here they come, Enrique Barja, he tries putting in the cross, and no danger from that as Leo Roman gets there first. And now he picks it up. And Osasuna have been chasing their first goal in that second half non-stop. In the first half they did go for it, but I don't think they had much. In this second half they've had quite a few chances. They've been trying, but I'll tell you what, the defense from Real Mallorca out there today has been unstoppable. Here they come again. Osasuna, it falls to Ante Budimir, who does put it into the back of the net, but in the end, an offside position. The flag goes up, and quite clearly in an offside position. A good finish by Ante Budimir, but it will not count. So now Leo Roman to take the goal kick. And playing it forward, Leo Roman. In the end, a throw in for Osasuna. 4 minutes left to go. Real Mallorca 2, Osasuna 0 here at the El Sadar Stadium. And they do very well. Johan Mojica gets the ball back and it gets taken down, and a free kick now for Real Mallorca. And how brilliant has it been? How brilliant have they been, Real Mallorca, out there today? It's going to be a yellow card awarded to Victor Munoz. I just believe maybe for protesting a bit too much there. And I mean, in the first half, it was dominant from Real Mallorca. It really was, possession-wise, chances-wise, the build-up play. It was all very good. Osasuna, they were good, but Real Mallorca were just better, defending well. And then in the second half, I'd argue, Osasuna started to take a bit more control, but Real Mallorca still just stayed in it. They were still the better side. And, you know, what first match this is for the new manager, for Martin de Michelis. It's been brilliant. And now 2 substitutions to be made for Real Mallorca. Mateo Jaume comes on for Pablo Maffeo. And then Antonio Sanchez also comes on to replace Mateo Joseph. So those are the 2 substitutions made for Real Mallorca. And as you can see, the replay from the goal from earlier, the disallowed goal, quite clearly offside from Ante Budimir. Two minutes left here now before we hit the 90th minute marker. It's safe to say, I think, that Real Mallorca will be taking home the 3 points now. And clearing it forward, Real Mallorca. The referee lets the play continue. Osasuna driving forward. Can they make anything from this? Everyone from Real Mallorca, everyone defending. It's Victor Munoz. He's going to put in the cross. It falls to Enrique Barja, who gets the shot off. And he puts it into the back of the net. And Osasuna have got one back. And oh dear, it's 2-1 now. Enrique Barja gets one back for Osasuna. 89 minutes. There's 1 minute left to go, plus I'm going to guess about 5 minutes added on of extra time. It's a good touch from Enrique Barja. He brings it down well. David Lopez, he just misses that clearance. He tries to clear it. And he just hits it however he can. He puts it in. And now, Real Mallorca just have to hold on to this 1-goal lead. They were just minutes away from keeping a clean sheet for the first time in months, Real Mallorca. And there's going to be 9 minutes added on of extra time. And I'm very, very surprised at 9 minutes. It seems an awful lot. And I mean, I don't think there was a lot of time wasted in this matchup. So Osasuna definitely still have a chance. And the deflection from Omar Mascarell goes into the hands of Leo Roman. He almost put it into the back of his own net. And Real Mallorca chasing down for one more chance. 91 minutes in here now. 8 minutes still left to play. They're going to play out wide into Victor Munoz. He's going to try put in the cross. Not much comes from that cross there from Victor Munoz. It is going to be a corner for Osasuna. So now a corner for Osasuna, putting in the cross. It's cleared by Ramak. It falls to Victor Munoz. He brings it down. He attempts the shot. It is a deflection, and it is going to be another corner for Osasuna. And the referee tells him to put the ball properly on the corner flag. So Osasuna take their second corner. It's cleared by Real Mallorca. It goes out for a throw-in for Osasuna. And I'm still quite surprised at that decision from the referee. 10 on 9 minutes. And I definitely don't think there was that much time wasted. So now it's going to be a throw-in for Osasuna. Here's Enrique Barja. He tries taking it forward. Well defended by Mateo Jaume. It's Victor Munoz who attempts the long shot. He just tries to curl it into that top right corner. Just sends it over the crossbar. It doesn't work out for him. Leo Roman to take the goal kick. And Osasuna get the ball back right away. Now here's... And what ball that is there? Here's Osasuna. Osasuna, they take the shot off and they put it into the back of the net. And it's Ante Budimir who's equalized the game for Osasuna. And Real Mallorca have given away the lead in the last minutes. And I can't believe it. Osasuna equalized the match. And I mean, they got their first goal in about the 89th minute and they've just gotten their second one. It's a lovely ball into Ante Budimir. The defense just falls asleep. They get too comfortable. Ante Budimir, he cuts in. And I mean, it's a brilliant finish. Not much Leo Roman can do. And I can't quite believe it. Osasuna have equalized in the last minutes of the matchup. Here comes Real Mallorca. What chance for Antonio Sanchez, who sends it over the crossbar. Real Mallorca could have taken the lead again there. And I can't believe my eyes. What a match we're having. And I can't believe Real Mallorca have given away this lead. They need to hold down now. At least if they can get a point, it'll still be worth it. And now Reuser is going to take the throw-in for Osasuna. And all of a sudden, this El Sadar Stadium has absolutely lit up. And I just can't quite believe my eyes at what I've been seeing in these last few minutes. So now here's Reuser attacking. Osasuna put in the cross. And the header from Ante Budimir goes over the crossbar. And another big chance for Osasuna there. Leo Roman is going to take the goal kick. with just 2 minutes and a half left. And what a disappointment for Real Mallorca to have given away the lead. They were winning 2-0 up. And in the 89th minute, Osasuna scored their first. They could get another. They're breaking forward here now. Osasuna, it's Victor Munoz. He tries putting in the low cross. And it's cleared in the end. And I believe it's going to be a goal kick for Real Mallorca. Two minutes left here now. You can see Johan Mojica dealing with some muscle tightness by the looks of it. Some fatigue, obviously. He's been playing quite a lot of minutes now. And funny, it actually is a bit of a coincidence because the last time Real Mallorca and Osasuna played each other, they ended 2-2 at the San Marcos Stadium. And if the match does end like this, then it's almost like deja vu. So now taking the throw in. And it ends up being a foul for Osasuna. There's just about 50 seconds left here now. Osasuna still have another chance. It's Enrique Barja. He tries putting in the cross. It's cleared by David Lopez. He takes the shot off. What a shot that was there. The first shot there from Moy right off the half volley was absolutely brilliant. But it just goes over the crossbar. What a shot. He almost slots into that top right corner. And now 10 seconds left to go. Leo Roman's going to take the goal kick. Real Mallorca clearing it forward, and Sergio Herrera leaps up to get his hands on it. We're 99 minutes in here now. And I'm not quite sure how much added time there's going to be. So now Real Mallorca are going to take the throw in. It's Mateo Jaume. Mateo Jaume takes the throw in. Osasuna clearing it. Good ball there into Johan Mojica. He can drive forward. Now maybe a chance for Real Mallorca. Here's Mojica. He tries putting in the low cross. It's cleared by Osasuna. And that is going to be the end of it. The referee blows for the full-time whistle. And what a match. What a crazy 100 minutes we've had out here today. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant football we've seen out there today. And I mean, where do I even start to talk about this matchup? Of course, Veral Muriqi wins the man of the match, scoring a brace, scoring the 2 goals for his side. And I will say, even though Osasuna brought it back in the last 10 minutes, it's still a good result, the draw, getting a point at this stadium. It's still a good result for Real Mallorca. It's still been a very good match. Obviously, there's a massive negative with Real Mallorca letting that comeback happen. But, still a point at least. Let's talk about all of this right now, because I think there's a lot to talk about in this one. And I mean, it's obviously massively disappointing for Real Mallorca to not have won that, to not have gotten the 3 points. But the performance out there today was just absolutely brilliant. And I mean, I think we saw a new Real Mallorca out there today. The comeback in the last 10 minutes feels like the typical Mallorca that we've been seeing all season. But the rest of the match out there today, I'll tell you what, Martin De Michelis, the new manager, he's obviously got a new system going. He's obviously got these players' mentality different. And, those 90 minutes out here today, let's not count the extra time in the end, were absolutely brilliant. I'm going to go over it. And, in the first half for Real Mallorca, the first half was by far the best. Possession-wise, they had about 73% possession in the whole. The first half, they were just holding the ball. They were playing out from the back brilliantly. They were pressing Osasuna. And when they had chances, when they went forward, Real Mallorca defensively super solid. They didn't let them through. It was just a brilliant first half, and they got the goal. They got the first goal, which, was very unfortunate for Osasuna, for Sergio Herrera to give away that big mistake, the goalkeeper, to pass the ball into Muriqi, but either way. And then going into the second half, Real Mallorca were still good. And I think there was one point where the whole match changed, and we're going to talk about it in a minute. But in that second half, Real Mallorca were still good. They got the second goal. Osasuna were getting back into that second half. They were starting to keep the ball a bit more, going forward a bit more, but defensively, Real Mallorca just weren't letting them free. They were still very solid. They got on the counter-attack. Sergi Darder gave a lovely ball to Muriqi. And I will say, Muriqi took the 2v1 up against Catena and Galan. I don't think anyone expected Muriqi to move his feet like that. He does a little shimmy, cuts in, takes it with his left. Brilliant goal. Now, they've taken the lead 2-0 up. Osasuna are keeping the ball, attacking now. They're attacking quite a lot. With the last 20 minutes, Real Mallorca are defending superb. We get to the last 88 minutes, and this is where I think the match completely changed, is when... Sorry, it was before that. When De Michelis decided to take off Antonio Rayo and bring on David Lopez. And if the defense is going so well, if it's looking super solid, and Antonio Rayo, if he's not injured or tired, why would you make a change in the defense? I think, and looking at the 2 goals conceded, I think high percentage of that came because of that change. I don't think he should have touched the defense. I think he should have left Antonio Rayo on for the whole match, and he brought on David Lopez. He took him off far too early on in the 50th minute, and I think that was a big mistake. And one thing that I think also slowed Real Mallorca down a lot was bringing off Pablo Torre, but again, he got injured, so obviously nothing they could do. If he's injured, he has to come off. But it was a big blow for Pablo Torre to come off, and I think replacing Antonio Rayo was just a bad move, because I think the defense was just perfect. It didn't need touching. And David Lopez didn't put in a very good performance out there today. A lot of his goals, the 2 goals, they could have been avoided, definitely, especially the first one. The second one, I'll give it to him. It's a brilliant goal by Ante Budimir, but the defense, it changed in those last 10 minutes. It was far too easy, and they'd been defending so well the whole match. For me, that was a big mistake. And also, one thing we have to talk about is, Jan Virgili's the red card from Jan Virgili. He comes on in the 63rd minute and he gets sent off in the 73rd minute. He played about 10 minutes. He comes on, Jan Virgili, he creates a brilliant play, skips past about 3 players, and then he gets the shot off. And then a few seconds later, I couldn't get my head around why he's done this. He's got the Osasuna player running, he's behind him, and he jumps in and tackles him from behind. Reckless challenge for absolutely no reason, and gets sent off. Now, the challenge is never a red card. When you look at the replay, there's the most minimal contact, almost pretty much no contact to be given out a red card there. It's definitely a yellow for the reckless challenge, because it's a reckless dive, and that's why he gets sent off. But if you look at the contact, he definitely does not deserve a red card. I think it's a bad call from the referee. Obviously, it's still so silly from Gianvirgili to have committed that tackle. There was absolute no reason to do it. Real Mallorca were winning 2-0. You know, Osasuna had the ball in their own half. He's just lost his head. But still, the referee shouldn't have given a red card. It wasn't a red card. And then the red card for Osasuna, you know, from Raul Garcia. You've got to remember, right? Real Mallorca got a man sent off, so Osasuna started dominating quite a bit. But then Osasuna also got a man sent off, and that was before Osasuna even scored. So it was fair play. So, you know, I don't think there's really any excuse for Real Mallorca to have conceded those 2 goals. It's the missing puzzle. It's something that we have seen all season. But apart from that, the whole match was really, really good from Real Mallorca. I think Martin de Michelis, you know, it's really disappointing to not get the 3 points, but at least he got a point at a complicated stadium, and that's already a good start. And, you know, brilliant first match from him. He should be very happy with that, but there's just that missing puzzle, that missing little piece that needs to be fixed, and it's those last 10 minutes. You know, you can't be winning 2-0 in the 89th minute and then lose 2-2. And also, I will say, the referee added on 9 minutes. 9 minutes for me was far too harsh. I think 5, 6 max. You know, 9 minutes. I don't think there was that much time lost in that matchup. But either way, it's no excuse. Real Mallorca shouldn't be losing. Sorry, they shouldn't be drawing. They shouldn't be giving away the lead. And for Osasuna, I mean, the first half, they were not there. I think, you know, they didn't particularly play bad. They were going forward all right. Victor Munoz was constantly going down that left side, creating danger, but they weren't dangerous. They didn't look dangerous. They didn't look like a threat. Real Mallorca had complete control. Second half, I think it was almost the same case, but they were just looking a bit better. But again, no danger. And then, you know, last 10 minutes, Kike Barja, he gets 1 goal, and all of a sudden Osasuna just come to life, you know. Fair play to them. They got the comeback with little time. Ante Budimir, it's a brilliant second goal from him. He cuts in, takes on his left. Beautiful goal. So fair play to Osasuna for keeping up the fight and getting, you know, an amazing comeback, you do have to say. And one thing that I think that stood out for Osasuna was the substitutions. And I mean, they really did make a difference for Osasuna. Enrique Baja, a substitution that came on, he got the goal. And Moy Gomez, also another substitution, he got the assist for the second goal. So, you know, you can really see what a bench can do for a team. They came on, they really lifted up the spirit. You could see it. So fair play to them. Now, where does that leave these two teams on the table? That is the question. Osasuna will remain at 10th place with 34 points on the table, and Real Mallorca remain at 18th place with 25 points on the table. Such a shame, because the 3 points would have taken them out of that relegation zone, and this is a complicated match to win. So the 3 points here today would have meant a lot, highly a lot. It's a shame that they only got the point, but still a positive, you know, really good performance, better than we've seen in a while. You can see that the dynamic has changed. You can see that the team is changed, and you can already see that this manager's making things different. It's a big shame because they took 2 really big blows out there today. Pablo Torre out injured. Hopefully nothing too serious, because again, if for me, you know, Vela Muriqi gets the MVP simply for scoring the 2 goals, but for me, the key player out there today was definitely Pablo Torre in that starting lineup. He was absolutely brilliant, helping the team play out forward. He was just spectacular. So big blow for him to be out, and then Gianvirgili off with a red card, so he'll be suspended for next match out. So 2 big blows there for Real Mallorca. And, next matchup, it's going to be a tough one. They've got Espanyol at home, who are at 7th place. Again, it's another complicated team to beat, but at least it will be at the San Marcos Stadium. Now, that is going to be the end of today's live stream from me. I think we've sort of went over everything that we had to talk about. Good performance, a decent result, but a bit disappointing to have not won. A bit disappointing that Osasuna came back in the last 10 minutes, but still a positive. The manager, you can already see him making changes. Hopefully, next match out is the 3 points. At least they got a point out here today. Again, at a complicated stadium, so definitely a positive. I've been your host for today. My name is Daniel Armstrong. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's YouTube Play Red live stream. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, you leave a like, and to turn on push notifications to never miss any weeks out, any matchups. Everyone have a good rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next week out up against Espanyol at the San Marcos Stadium. Take care, everybody.